Yo, what's going on, buddy? This is Don't Talk Sports. My name is Dylan. We're going to be talking about some of the new rules being implemented into college football. There are 3 rules to be exact that we need to talk about. The first one, we got some in-helmet communications going to be going for the head coach, offensive coordinator, etc., to the players. So now quarterbacks and head coaches don't have to worry about getting all the hand signals and everything. Now they can be automatically just transferred to the helmet. There's going to be tablets on the sideline, which I didn't know this wasn't a thing, but now there's going to be tablets on the sideline, kind of like with the way the NFL is. And also there's going to be a 2-minute warning, which wasn't always in college football. I never really cared for it. I didn't really care if it's there or not there. I don't really mind it. But apparently people don't like it that there's going to be a 2-minute warning in college. So we're going to kind of go through and we're going to break down everything. Ultimately, just kind of give my opinion on if I say it's good, bad, whatever I think for each of these 3 new rules. So without further ado, if you're going to enjoy it, as always, make sure you go and drop a like onto this video. Be very much appreciated if you do so. But without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, first up, like I said, the 2-minute warning. Basically, how this is going to work, just like with the NFL, there's going to be a 2-minute warning at the 2-minute mark at the second quarter and fourth quarter. There's a 2-minute warning. With it happening in college football, I don't think it really matters if it's there or not. Because I guess in the NFL, everybody kind of enjoys it because 2-minute warning, this is where the clock stops. We're going to get a kind of refresh. It's almost like a free timeout for both teams there at the end of the second and fourth quarter. But ultimately, one of the things that says here in this article, I think I kind of agree with. What they're doing is they're trying to add more TV time for college football. With the NFL, the way the game goes, they're trying to put as many commercials as they can. They're trying to get as much stoppages as they can within the game to put commercials in there, and a 2-minute warning will do just that in college football. Now, they want to say, oh, it's because that way maybe the game can slow down, give them that extra break. Everybody can kind of readjust, kind of get everybody's legs right. If you kind of need to slow down, whatever it may be. But I think it's just ads. So kind of giving my opinion on this rule, I'm going to say kind of a yay, but it's whatever. Like, I really couldn't give a shit about this rule. Next up, the tablets allowed on the sideline during halftime. And during halftime. This one I kind of like. In NFL football, obviously, they have the tablets, as you can see here. You can go over on the sideline, and whenever a quarterback, you always see them after the drive if they don't go down and score a touchdown. Even sometimes if they don't even go down and score 3 points, they'll go over to the sideline, they'll grab the tablet, and they'll be sitting there looking at it, and they're basically trying to figure out, okay, where did I miss my throw? Was there a better throw out there? And they kind of go from there. If they throw an interception, they can kind of go back, look at the film. It's kind of like a quick little way of, instead of having to wait till the game's completely over, go watch the film, you can watch the film right there on the side. You can basically watch a whole bunch of different angles. The back view, the front view, you can watch the game, the live game view. You can watch all different angles and kind of figure out, okay, how did I throw that interception? Maybe a running back, maybe it was 4th and 1, they got just completely just steamrolled. They can figure out, okay, where did the offensive lineman not block me? Did I hit the wrong hole? What went wrong? So this one I do like, and like I said, it's good for being in there at halftime. So whenever they go into halftime, they can go in, coaches can kind of pull it up on the tablet, and they can walk around and show the guys, okay, this is the things you're doing wrong, this is things you need to fix, this is how we're going to correct things in the second half. And then even on the sideline, to where you can make those in-game adjustments, and maybe we'll get even more electric plays going as the game goes on, because like I said, players can kind of fix their mistakes on the fly. So with this rule, I say 10 out of 10. This one was needed. And the last one, electronic helmet communication. Like I said, this one was needed so badly. Now, this one was talked about in the past few months about, oh, it's going to happen. We need this. This needs to be in college football. But then there was words about, oh, how's this going to happen? Because you have like 150 teams or 140 teams in college football. How are they going to get a helmet inside of every single quarterback's helmet? People said, oh, it's so easy. But then you have to remember it costs money. And I guess the question that kind of pissed off everybody was, you're the NCAA. You have so much money, it's not even funny. And with the money that you're basically giving away for NIL to these kids, I'm sure you can take a little bit of that money, scrape it off the top, and go put some equipment inside of these guys' helmets. Now, from what was said here in this ESPN article, you can see right here, it's going to work exactly the way the NFL works. It says here, player would be identified by having a green dot on the back of the helmet, back midline of this helmet, and the communication would be turned off at the 15-second mark remaining on the play clock, or when the ball is snapped, whichever comes first. And they are saying that it's possibly going to be going in effect by April 18th if this is actually voted upon. Now, Georgia coach Kirby Smart, read this. The Rules Committee co-chair said he doesn't think there should be a knee-jerk reaction to the proposed technology rules changes because of the allegations of widespread sign stealing of Michigan the past season. He says, quote, that's not what the sole intent was, quote. He then went on to say, quote, I've been on the Rules Committee now 3 to 4 years, and coach-to-player communication has come up every single year. It's been talked about. We've been evolving, trying to get closer at it. A lot of coaches debate, talk about how it is not going to happen or not going to stop people from signaling or having a big cardboard signs on the sideline, quote. Now, the big thing with this is I think it needs to happen because for all these years, you always see all the different coaches from head coach to coordinators to position coaches, everybody down the sideline. They all got headsets on, and you got to wonder, who are they talking to? Are they all just talking to all the coaches to each other? And then whenever it comes to getting the play call in, they have to, the coach or whoever is calling the plays, they're calling the plays, and all that's happening is those like 4 little dudes that are on the sideline wearing the different color shirts, one of them is getting the actual actual play call, and they're over there doing the hand signals, calling the play. And then you got the other guys over here with the big cardboard cutouts, and they're holding up different kind of signs. One of them is usually the real play call. Some of them are like the dummy play calls. Plus, also with the way this is going to work, I think it'll actually evolve the way of the game and make things a little bit more smoother, because now the NFL, and I realize a lot of people are going to come at me in the comments and be like, you don't know what you're fucking talking about. I've seen some NFL quarterbacks, the way they talk about how it seems like it's very sped up and you got to know what you're doing. I feel like it'll be easier within the NFL, and it'll be a lot safer with the way, like you just said, with Michigan sign stealing. Now it'll make it almost just transcendent of where when the coach is ready to call in the play, if the play's done and it's like 35 seconds are left in the play clock, and he can immediately be like, all right, Joe or Sam or whatever the quarterback's name is, and they can say, all right, you ready? And they're going to start reading the play, and they're going to start saying it. And then once they got it done, the quarterback's going to have to go into the huddle. They can say the play, done. You won't have to worry about maybe some miscommunication of having to learn all these weird signals on the sideline. They can just completely avoid it. If they still want to use that as like a diversion, they can do that and just make it a whole bunch of dummy calls over there. Never actually use the real play call as like your hand signals or with the cue cards. They can do that, but I think it's going to be very good with the headsets, and also for the defensive players. They're also going to get one guy over there. They're going to get the green dot. They're going to call the plays, and it'll just make everything run smoother, I think. So for this rule change, once again, perfect 11 out of 10 rule change in my opinion. Now ultimately, like I said, rules are going to be going into effect somewhere around April 18th. The 2-minute warning, I think it'll be something to kind of adjust to. It's going to be something everybody's going to kind of forget about when the game's getting in tight moments. Say the score is like 24-20, or somebody's trailing and they're going down the field, they're trying to get a touchdown, they got to win the game. 2-minute warning is going to happen, and everybody's going to be like, wait, what the fuck? Why is the game stopping? And it's going to be one of those adjusting moments of like, oh yeah, 2-minute warning. The tablets are going to be huge. We're not going to notice it as fans, but the players, they're going to fall in love with it, I think. And then the whole headset, I think that's just going to be the perfect creme de la creme of the college football scene to make everything be better. And I realize people are going to say, wow, you're just making the college football scene a lot like the NFL. You have to realize, look at the way it's going. NIL, you get paid, everything's going to be the same. But to kind of wrap it up, I like these rule changes, and I think they're a must. But other than that, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. Hopefully you guys did go on to enjoy today's video. If you did enjoy it, as always, make sure you drop a like on today's video. Be very much appreciated if you do so. If you wanted to watch the entire today's video, thank you very much. And if you disagree or agree with any of the points that I made, if you like or dislike any of these rule changes that are coming to college football, let me know down in the comment section down below as to what you think about everything. If you're a fan of the content that I do post here and you want to go and hit that big red subscribe button, feel free to do so, and do not forget to hit that little notification bell to be notified the second I post. But without further ado, this has been Don Talk Sports. Have a great day. Peace.